Hey everyone, I'm back with another pantry cooking session because using what you have on hand helps to save your grocery budget and reduce food waste. So if you remember just recently, I made a batch of homemade cornbread and I have in my pantry this can of cream of chicken that I got at my local discount store for 87 cents. Now, that is not an ingredient that I always have on hand, so I was going to take advantage of it and use my leftover cornbread with that to make cornbread dressing. Now, I had the leftover cornbread sitting on my counter to sort of dry out to better help absorb the flavors for this. So I took my pieces and just crumbled them up. So for the vegetables, I cut up some onions. I'm not going to add turkey or chicken today because I don't have it, but I do have some bacon that I'm using to saute those in. I also don't have bell peppers or celery, but I do have frozen peas and carrots. So I figured I'd just try that because I am not going to the store just for one or two ingredients. Pantry cooking is about going through what you already have. So I added those to the cornbread and then just added some seasonings. I think I did some poultry seasoning, some sage, some thyme, salt and pepper. And I'm just eyeballing all of these and I will taste it later as I go for adding more. I ended up adding the whole can of the cream of chicken because I didn't really want to waste any. And I don't have chicken broth, but I always have chicken bone broth on hand. So I went ahead and again eyeballed some of that and just started mixing it up till it got to a consistency that I thought would be okay. So I added it into a greased dish here, and then I actually forgot to add the egg because that I know that helps as a binder. So I sort of added it in my dish last minute, my bad. Try to mix that around a bit. I ended up putting this in a 400-degree oven, and it took about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe 35 minutes to cook. It's always a little tricky for me to tell when dressing or stuffing is done cooking in the oven. If you have any tips, let me know. So on this day, when I served it up, I did a hamburger steak with a homemade onion brown gravy because we always love to have a gravy with our side of stuffing or dressing. And this plate right here is the one that I served my husband. I think that this turned out really good for maybe not exactly having everything on hand that would go into a traditional cornbread dressing, but I used what I had on hand and made it work. And so far, we really enjoyed it. So let me know what you think of this one if you're also working on pantry cooking, and follow for more of my budgeting faves.